What is going on, people? My name is Eric Piccioni, documenting my path to financial freedom and just trying to share all of my experiences along the way. I think the industry, like the media industry, when people get to a good place financially, they try to talk about what happened after the fact, but they don't really share their thoughts in the process, like when they're in the middle of it. So I wanted to make this channel to do that very thing and talk exactly through my personal experiences. So this video is I'm actually in Russia right now and trying to share as much of information as I can, just to give you guys a full scoop of what it's like. So first impressions, it's been 6 years. So for context, 5 years. Last time I went was when I was still in college. I was a senior and came here when it was winter. So it's fall right now. It's like middle of October. It's definitely colder than I would think it would have been. It's like 38 right now, something like that. But I last time I came, it was more of a tourist feeling where I was just, again, a college kid, just excited about this place because it was new and interesting because I'd never experienced it before. But ever since becoming a dad and husband and a lot of life changes over the past 5 years, I've really taken a new perspective. So now that I'm here, it's still really cool. We've only been here less than a day. We're going to be here for a couple weeks, but I think the first thing we'll talk about is just immediate things that I've noticed. First, if you are planning on coming here to Russia, or if you're thinking about how dangerous it could be, I could tell you one thing: it's not. The grocery stores are more full than they've ever been. But apart from all that, we'll make a separate video on that in the future. The first thing that I've noticed is the buildings themselves aren't these like super fancy looking high rises that you see in Manhattan or New York. Yes, you do have some in the center of Moscow, which is like the main attraction point, and they have a common saying that all the money goes to Moscow. Definitely makes sense because we drove through the airport yesterday, and there must have been 150 to 200 new developments coming up, like a lot of high buildings. However, in the outskirts of that, like in this, I guess what you would call the suburbs, there's not really a lot of fancy-ish buildings or high-rises. Like a lot of it is more basic developments. The buildings here are from like the 70s and 80s, and they may not look the best from the outside, but that's not the intention, because I feel like the way that it seems is they would rather take much more care on the inside, and the building sizes aren't big, like the interiors. It's not common to find a massive house or a massive apartment size. So, for example, the place we're staying is there's 7 of us in a 4-bed, 2-bath apartment, which is actually a pretty sizable apartment, but it's still crammed. Where the kitchen size is this is going to sound crazy, but it's smaller than most closets in America, which is, I don't take that what you will. I'm just sharing whatever. It's just funny because they may not look the best. Functionality, it does the exact same thing that you would need it to do. Your sink works, your shower works. Like, I don't know, for some reason maybe it's not just the American culture, but I feel like most places think you have to have all these fancy things. They get by just fine here. They don't have any issues. They don't experience any like crazy hardships. I mean, they're thriving, if I could say that. I mean, they seem like everyone's doing fine. I mean, yeah, there's stress, but who isn't stressed in the world right now? I feel like most people just create this stress out of nowhere. But one thing that I did appreciate, and one thing that I really like about the Russian culture is just the family-centered focus. And I don't want to be creepy, but I'm walking by this family right now in the park with ducks all around. They're feeding it, and it's just cute to see. I'll take a left and we'll try to sneak peek it. But the culture here is a lot more family-centered, which is nice because you don't see that too much at least in America. It's more like there we go. There's the kids. Here's the other one right here. A little cutie pie. Hopefully that wasn't too obvious. I mean, coming from experience, like my family's split, so not to get too personal, but the cultural values I feel in America is a little skewed. They're more focused on work. You know, they live to work. I feel like most other countries in general just work to live. And you know, the Russian culture may not be thriving economically or financially, but I mean they're happy as can be with their family, you know. And for example, the Hispanic or Spanish culture is big on family. Same here. I mean, it feels warming. Like, we have a daughter, and we brought everyone. I mean, we came in last night at like 8 or 9 p.m. and the second we walked in the door, it was like 4 seconds later, our daughter's already in someone else's arms for like the majority of the night, and no one batted an eye. Whereas it could just be personal experience, but it's rare that I find it in most of the families that I've come across in America, where the children are treated like with loving arms across the entire family. I don't know if that makes sense, but it feels, this is personal experience, that children are, it's almost like playing hot potato, where you bring a kid home and the kids are solely the parent's responsibility, and that parent alone. Whereas most, again, maybe I'm way off here, but it seems that most families and European families are like, it is a cohesive unit, because you know the saying, it takes a village. That's 100% true. But we've lived in America for years now, and we never found the village that everyone says is coming. You know, I don't know where this village is, and you know that, again, I love my family. It's different. Like, we lived very close to a lot of my family, and they never really came running to the rescue, and I don't think they would disagree with that. I mean, everyone's busy, but here everyone's also busy, but they make it a priority to hang out with each other and just spend time together. Like, here's another example. Just everyone's walking together. It's like not even a question that if they're going to do something, they're going to do it together. You know, like, with the exception of the man or the woman in the household going to work, it's common for everyone to hang out all together. So I don't know, it's just different lifestyle, different family cultures, and I don't know. So this is day one. I'm going to keep you guys updated as I come across new things, but thank you for listening to me ramble. And if you guys have other ideas that you want me to talk about while I'm here, would love to, but I'll try to share more like architecture, buildings, and stuff. We're going to go to Moscow and St. Petersburg throughout the trip, so stay tuned for that. But Thank you so much. If you like this, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and we'll stay tuned. Bye-bye.